Good day, folks. Welcome to MB Wildman channel. On today's video, a high quality drink, antioxidants full of vitamin C, sumac berry drink. I like to call it sumac lemonade, but it's really not, because lemonade would infer that you use lemons for it. But anyway, this is a top quality drink that you can make all natural. It's delicious, great summertime drink, great fall drink. And you just stick with me here on the channel, and I'm going to show you how we go ahead and make this. Listen, if you haven't yet subscribed to MB Wildman channel, we sure would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell so that you get notified when we upload new content. Wouldn't want you to miss any videos. And as always, we're looking for questions, comments, concerns, whatever you got along these lines. Go ahead and leave those in the comment section down below, and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we possibly can on those. All natural sumac berry drink. So the collection process is really easy. You just want the buds, okay? So you just want the top parts of the tree, of the staghorn sumac. Okay, please make sure that you're getting staghorn, and you can tell the difference by the leaves. I'll show you the difference on the screen here between the staghorn and the other kind. The other kind can be toxic, so you want to make sure you get staghorn sumac for this. The collection process is really easy. I just take a pair of side cutters, and you just want to clip the heads. Okay, you just want the heads. Okay, just like that. And again, they ripen up here in New Brunswick right around the 1st of August. You can tell if they're ripe if they leave little bits of red on your hand, like the berries are nice and juicy and they leave little bits of red. So that's when you can tell that they're ripe. One thing to notice, or to note, I guess, is that you really want to make sure you do this before a big rain. So if it hasn't rained in 3 or 4 days, that's the time you want to collect, because a heavy rain will wash away a lot of the flavor, and a lot of the berries can get knocked off these in a heavy rain. So what you want to do is, if it hasn't rained in a bit, and then you want to go ahead and collect what you can if it hasn't rained in a while, I guess. You should make sure too, just as your own safety stuff, that you make sure you've got the landowner's permission to collect. And another thing is, when I find a nice little patch of this that's nice and ripe, I collect as much as I can. Like I've got this container, I'm gonna try to collect this almost full. It only takes, to do what we're doing here, it only takes about maybe 4, sometimes 5 of these heads to make a picture of what we're doing. But you can freeze these just like this. So you might wanna take some Ziploc bags, and you might wanna separate out, 4 to 6 of these, and then freeze them. And then you can make this anytime you want throughout the year. When you're gathering these, you want to make sure that you get them that are nice and red. See, these ones have kind of gone a purplish color, and they're fuzzy, and they almost look old. Okay, you don't want those, right? If they've got this one has like a little bit of gray, kind of almost like mold starting on it. You don't want those. Okay, that is actually mold from where these have been wet after they've been ripe. So the berries will tend to like pop, or they get big enough and then they kind of burst a little bit, and then they end up looking like this. Okay, you don't want those. What you want is just the nice red ripe color ones like this. Okay, just make sure you don't want to. The other ones, they're not going to kill you, but they're just they make your drink really bitter. Look at those, perfect. These are the nice big ones that you'd freeze 3 or 4 about this size, and those would be enough to make a picture of the drink. So anyway, just we went a little farther up the road and found this other nice tree, so thought we'd grab a few more. There, perfect. Okay, so the next part of this is real easy. If you're just going to use a regular picture, which is all I use, just a dollar store picture, you need about 4 good-sized clusters of the berries. So what you're going to want to do now is you're just going to want to remove the berry part from the stem, and you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be all perfect, but for the most part, all you want to try to do is take off the berries. Okay, just the nice ripe little berries that we have. Okay, you want those in the picture, okay? Once you pick out your 4 or 5 clusters that you're going to use to make your yummy drink, then you should freeze the rest of these, okay? Because they're still good, and they'll stay ripe for a long time. Like, they'll stay good in the freezer, and you can use them whenever you want. This obviously doesn't have to be a perfect science. There's no real exact, thing to do here. I just basically take the bottom ones off. I just scrape them into the bucket, into the pitcher, and then I just rub up and down. It's pretty easy. They pop right off. And then you'll be left with the green stalk underneath. And it's okay if you get a little bit of the green stalk in the bucket. It doesn't make that much difference. Okay. So again, you don't have to, this isn't labor intensive. The idea is not to like pick each berry off and put it in the container. I'm not about doing that much work. So just give it a little rub like that, and then you're gonna end up with kind of a stalk that looks like that, right? It's got some, you don't want that green stalk in there, that's all. So just a few of the berries off. That's 3, and we'll just do one more here. There, quick and easy. The sound that you hear in the background is the chickens, who have discovered that I'm spilling a few of these little red berries, and they're having a little snack. But okay, so there's 4. There's 4 nice, good-sized sumac clusters, and we end up with about that. Okay, and depending on how big your clusters are in your area, that's probably 1.5 inches or so in the bottom of this container. That's lots for what we're gonna do, okay? Anyway, like I say, you can use 3, 4, 5, whatever, and then go ahead and freeze the rest to save for later. Okay, so once you've got your berries all in here, the next thing, now you don't have to do this, but this does speed up the process depending on, what you wanna do. You can just go ahead and fill this up with cold water from here, but I like to use a little potato smasher up, or it doesn't matter what you use. Just squish the berries a little bit. Now they don't break up like a strawberry or like a raspberry or anything, but if you just try to just mash them a little bit, what that'll help do is it'll help speed the process up. But again, they're not like a soft berry filled with juice. They are filled with juice, but they're not like they're gonna break open like that. So I just try to give them a little bit. Now, like I say, they're not gonna look a whole lot different. You may just break up a few of the pieces to help speed the process up a little bit. But anyway, from here, what you wanna do is you just wanna fill this up with cold water. Now, just as cold as your tap will run, and then leave it set out in the sunshine, or let it set out in the garage or in the house or whatever until that water gets from cold to nice and warm. And then once it's warm, you want to leave it for a good 2-3 hours and just let these berries soak in the water. Again, the crushing part isn't really necessary. It'll help speed the process up. So anyway, you're going to want to fill this up right to basically the rim with cold water, and then let it get warm. That process of cold to warm really helps draw the flavor and draw the juice out of the berries. Here we go, all filled up with our cold water, and already you can see some of that real nice pink, red, flavor berry starting to get in the water. So snap a lid on it, just so that we get no critters and creatures in there, and we're gonna leave it right here in the sun until that water warms up, and then we're gonna let it sit for another, a couple hours or whatever it is. You can stir it occasionally if you want to, if you're walking by or whatever, give it a little shake. But again, not super necessary, just may help speed the process up for you. Okay, so this has been out here. It's all nice and warmed up in the sun. It's about 3 hours old now. Okay, so look at the nice color we've got. That's what we're looking for. The only other thing that I do here, I got some ice, and we're gonna strain it. Sometimes I use a coffee filter, or this is just one of those really good towels. But anyway, however you wanna strain it, just so you don't get any little bits in your cup. And you're just gonna pour it through. Look at that. Oh yeah. Beautiful natural sumac drink right there. Look at that. Okay. So we just filter that. You do catch a few little bits in the filter, right? So you can see why I filter it, right? I don't want to be drinking that stuff. But anyway, there you go. Add some ice. Give it a little stir. Now, some people, when they drink this, I mean, it depends on your taste. Some people find this just a little bit tart. And if you do, you can always just take a couple of sugar cubes. That's all I do. Add 2 sugar cubes, plop, plop, into the top. Give her a little stir, just like that. And enjoy. Can't beat it. So good. Anyway, listen, I hope this helps you out and it's something you can use. As always, until next time, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel.